Hey guys, this is Feeding Frenzy 91, just coming at you again with another video, and this time I'm gonna just talk about in general next gen consoles because it's just had a lot of news on them lately. Feel like they're deserving of another video. All right, let's just start with the Xbox One, and well, first things first, release date for both of them. PS4 is coming out the 15th. Xbox One is coming out the 22nd. So it's pretty good, both before Black Friday, which people had to know. I mean, nobody should have believed that they were coming out December like those rumors said. I mean, that would just be stupid because people already spent their Black Friday money, and then they would have been like, oh, well, I'm not gonna buy this console right now. So also Xbox has renewed its pre-orders, so anybody who wants to get Xbox One pre-orders could get them. Now, once again, I don't get pre-orders, and I don't encourage people to. I'm just presenting the news. All right. Other than that, yeah, I don't know if people notice, but like PS4, like Xbox One is actually getting good stuff now. I was actually reading the articles. And I'm like, wow, Xbox One is actually getting good. Like people are looking at people like, oh, this is actually possible now. Like attitudes have changed. It's taken a while, but in the sense, attitudes have still changed. I mean, PS4 is no longer this great console that everybody just wants because the other consoles suck and they're just so dumb and stuff. Right now, it seems like the Xbox actually is doing all right. Okay. Now let's just say what I had want to say. Okay, now they also announced that Xbox may be getting backwards compatibility eventually. Now my thoughts on this is that it's kind of dumb to get it eventually. It's not bad, but if you're gonna have backwards compatibility, you should have that launch day because that's when it really matters. People know that they want to buy system launch day if they can play the games they have right then, right? If this comes, let's say it comes a year afterwards, it doesn't make sense. Why? Because a year later, I've already basically played all my old games. I'm ready to go to the new ones. I'm like, wait, backwards compatibility don't matter to me anymore, really? I mean, there are a few games like maybe I don't know Halo 4 or like stuff like that, games that you can still play the multiplayer of that you wouldn't mind playing on your new system. But other than that, it's just like there's no point after a certain time. So I hope if that update comes, that it comes early, not late. Also, I had no clue that you could actually just add backwards compatibility through a software update. I thought that had to be hardware, like the disk drive had to be something, because it's but apparently they can add it through software. Okay. Back on the PS4 front, they haven't really announced much for PS4, which is once again I'm saying I don't know whether PS4 really thinks they don't have to make much announcements, but there hasn't really been much to say about the PS4 recently. It's the same thing. I mean, the Xbox One announced that it's going to have 8 controllers, which means that you can play. I'm assuming Madden in them. It's the same thing as before with the PS3 that had 7. It seemed like that could only work for like Rock Band and for like sport games. So it seems like that's with the Xbox that they're going to have 8, so they could like play Madden with 8 people. Now that's not bad because Madden is not a split screen game. No matter how many people are on it, you're still going to see the same screen. So it doesn't matter. But the thing is, though, I still don't know how 8 people crammed around TV looks like. It's just so much people, man. It's just not my cup of tea. I mean, you gotta get some couch space first to all these people just sitting around your house. 8 people around this, and I mean, and if you don't have a big TV, I mean, it would still suck. Because I mean, not because the size matters with games like Madden since it's not split screen, but I'm talking about like if you don't have a big TV, everybody's gonna be dead hunched up real close to the television because they can't see it otherwise. Okay, other than that, PS4 does not look like it's going to get any backwards compatibility, which is, if they don't have it at the beginning, no point in having it. That's just personally me, but the fact that the PS4 is being released a week earlier actually may help it, because people, let's just face it, even if it's a week, people get impatient. People are like, alright, PS4 is coming out a week earlier, let me just get that for now. I mean, I'm glad they finally did the release dates, because a lot of people are waiting to pre-order until they got the release dates, and now that they have, they're going to be like, okay, now I can pre-order. Now they know exactly which date I'm going to get it. So other than that, I'm just glad these consoles have their release dates. But honestly, PS4 needs to start announcing some more, what do you call it? Exclusives. I'm just PS4. You're not giving me anything. I'm just so right now. I mean, like PS4 in E3, you just look so good, and then Xbox One is coming out with all these exclusives, even if they're timed, like Titanfall. I think Titanfall is timed. I'm not sure, but I think Titanfall is timed. So even if they're timed, I'm thinking to myself, these Xbox One is still coming out with a lot of exclusives. Where are the exclusives to PS4? Because you already let me down at E3 when you announced the Kingdom Hearts and um yeah, just basically Kingdom Hearts. When you announced that Kingdom Hearts is not going to be a PS4 exclusive, I was like, okay, something is wrong. You are losing your exclusives, PlayStation, and you're not giving me any new ones to really fall back on. Not much. I mean, 1886 looks kind of good. Um, there were a couple at E3, but not much. I mean, Xbox just had them 1, 2, 3 exclusive, so much stuff, and I'm like, okay, now Xbox One is looking better. If I was to be honest, at this moment in time, now that you don't have to use the Kinect, now that you can play used games, now that you can um, don't have to worry about no DRM, don't have to be online every 24 hours. Now that you can just basically play the console like you could now with all the new features, I would get back behind Xbox One if I was getting a new console, which I'm probably not because I told y'all before, I don't like to pay more than $300 for a console. My Wii U Deluxe version, I paid $300 on the dot for that. I told myself, oh, no, I'm not paying $350 for this thing. So I looked on eBay, they had a brand new one for $300, and I bought that because I was like, I don't tend to pay more than $300 for a system. So both these systems would probably, if I get them, they'd probably be like 2 years later when they've dropped to 300. Because I don't know, 400 and 500 just too much right now. So it doesn't really matter to me much because I'm not getting either system probably. I mean, if I win them in a contest or something like that, or if I got a free one, or if my buddy let me borrow his for a bit or something like that, then maybe I'd have some next gen gameplay on my channel. But other than that, it's probably just gonna be 360 and Wii U. Well, Wii U is next gen, so I'll have some Wii U gameplay probably. But like I said, doesn't really matter much to me because I'm probably not buying them. But to those of you who are watching and it does matter, just remember that even though remember that Xbox. See, I know Xbox had a really bad look. Everybody just hated them after E3, and I know that a lot of people hate them still because the policies were there initially, and people are slow to forget. But you need to look at what Xbox has changed, and you need to realize that Xbox and PS4 are now really on the same level when it comes to, other than the price, they're really on the same level when it comes to what you can do and what restrictions they give. The games, you can still play used games, still get the hardware, get the hard disk games, get all that stuff. I mean, they're basically the same now. So everybody that was saying like PS4 is offering me so much more, nope, because PS4 you have to pay for PlayStation Plus now. It's going to be the same price, basically $5 a month, which is $60 a year, which is the same price as Xbox Live for a year. So same price for online now. There's not really, these consoles could not be more similar at this point. Other than their hardware, this consoles, and even their hardware, they just couldn't. I don't think so. I mean, just couldn't. Anyway, that was my little rant on the next gen consoles. I'm looking forward to seeing how they do, even though I'm probably not going to get one, but I really do want to see how both systems do. I know the PS4 will probably do better, but other than that, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and God bless.